On today's episode of the Jamaican cooking journey, I'll be sharing with you just a small video. I'll be showing you 2 different ways to cut and fry your sweet plantain. These are organic. They are not the prettiest, but they are organic. Okay, so what I like to cut off the head. And this little part, this is how we do it. And then this is like family to banana, but it's not banana. You have bigger than these two, and then you want to peel it. But after you peel it, you have some strips. These are the strips. I like to remove them. Personally, I like move them. There are some strips, and I like to move them as I go along. Right, so I'm gonna cut this other one. That's the same. Cut it off, top and bottom, and then I like to give it a little core, not too deep, because if you do it too deep, you will get it coming off in the skin. And sometimes they vary. Time at now, you can get these can ripe easily. They easily ripe, yeah. Some of them, when they are not to perfection, you will see this easily. You see that? It's like, right, I like to remove these. But tell me what you move them? Do you remove them? Do you? Sometimes they're not the best. All of that. No. Originally, from long time, people used to cut it a certain way. Used to cut it like this. Probably like this turn, they will cut it in this. And they would cut it down, straight. And they would cut it like this. You can cut it like this. Depends on the thickness, the size. So we cut them like this. You want to have them like this. Don't do like me, get your cutting board. I know some is a old time Jamaican woman. So this is one way. But you tell me. Now, if you are a dressmaker, you will understand. This one, I'll be cutting it on the bias. To me, I like to cut it on the bias because that it's more presentable to me when serving. I grew up seeing my mother cut it like this. But as I become an adult and I venture out into catering, I try to cut it like this. This is the bias. So I started like this. Even if the plantain is small, you can get it looking large. So this, you see that? In dressmaking, you would call that the bias. So you see this plantain is so small, and you see one slice is like this. So you want to cut it as you go along. Cut it as you go along. And here, I'll show you how to do right here. So you want to cut it. You see how you cut it on the bias? You see how it come tall? And you say, weird. All them plantain pieces here, you cut it like that. Now these two ends, I like to smash them down with my knife. Yeah, these are so ripe. I like to give them a little squeeze down that they stay flat. Yeah, the ends, you give them a little, no, these are not though. So these two ends, you notice when you come right here, you give it a little face. So comment and tell me which is your favorite way. Now I'm gonna get my skillet. I like to use a non-stick for frying plantains or aluminum as opposed to stainless steel. So I'm gonna go fire up this, come back and fry. Okay, so our skillet is on the mediumly heated. Right here, as I said to you, I like to fry in a non-stick. Aluminum is better than frying in the stainless steel. Probably some high-class stainless steel, but some stainless steel they don't do well. That's for me, Everybody is different. They do their thing their own way. So I don't like to use a lot of oil either. Yeah. I don't like to use a lot of oil. This one had broken when I was trying to. So I like to fry it, unlike shallow fat, and I don't like them too ripe. Well, honestly, I am not a fan of sweet plantain or ripe plantains, as you call it. You know, some people fry it dark, and make it ripe, and just, you know, sweet, and all of the sugar come out. But I honestly don't like it that way. I like to give it timely fry, because even though it's ripe, you want to fry it timely. So we're gonna stay right here. We're gonna let them fry on one side, and then when they are, I'll show you my color that I like when I am serving sweet plantains. So we'll have them fry here, and when I'm ready to turn, I will return. So I have just turned that one. This is my color. This is the color I like to fry my plantains with. I don't like when they are too dark. Some people like when they are, you know, burnt and like dark color. I really don't. But comment, to each of us our own, nothing wrong. You know, it doesn't matter. You do what suits you. Because maybe some people don't understand. They think they have to fry it that way. And these are really overly ripe. You see how soft they be? They're so soft. Some people like it that way. But to be honest, I am not a fan of sweet plantains, you know. Are you? I am not a fan. Some people kill themselves. When I do catering, people kill themselves a plantain. And I am not a fan of ripe plantain or sweet plantains or any plantain at all. I am not a fan. This is my color. And I like to fry them like this. And mind you, when you start frying them, you have to monitor them, because the first set you put in, they take a little time. But as you start frying, worse if you're frying a lot, as you go along, the pot gets heated more and more, and they become darker quicker. Okay? So we are finished with the bias. I call it the bias or diagonal. And we are going on to the regular way now. Mind you, remember when these plantains go in the oil, they become softened because they are sweet with the level. So all of the sugar, the heat start to, you know, to just release all the sugary thing, you know. Some people cut it different way, they do it differently. Yeah. That is how I like to cut mine. And that is the color. I don't like it dark. I honestly, I think when it's too dark and get extra black and sweet and soft, I think it's has lost its presentation. That's just me, you know. But you can comment. So this is how we're here. So you want, after you fry it, you make sure fry it on the medium. Don't fry it on too much of an I eat family. Remember I just told you that. You see that? When you get them fried like that, that's how they come. Right. No oil, not too much oil, because they are ripe, and the sugar, the heat brings out the sugar in them, and they become sticky. So we are doing this now. So we're gonna do it the same way. So at the end of it, if you reach far in the video, remember to like my videos. You need to comment and let me know, do you love sweet plantain? I know everybody are gonna say yes. Honestly, I don't. Maybe I'm on the only one comment. I don't love ripe plantains. Okay, I'm not a fan, but I know a lot of people, they just can't get enough of it. Comment and tell me, how do you fry them? Do you get them fried good every time? How do you like them? Overly ripe or barely turned? Some people love it when they are turned, you know, or you're right, they like them just like. So cooking time, I'm on the last, and this one, that you see, this one got a little too past my color. Yeah, me not like them with this color. I never normally do them with this brown. No, I never do them that brown. I honestly think for presentation, that's just me. For presentation, I normally just do it. That's the most I'll go. But I like to do it this way. They look more presentable. They have more color, and they do faster this way too. You know. So we got them here. You know, remember, as you fry, the heat takes them, and the sugar is released. So you have to remember to monitor your heat. A lot of people fry the ripe plantain, sometimes sweet plantain. When they come back, everything is just burnt, but it no matter. This is it, family. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your palate, and most of all to your stomach. It is ripe or sweet ripe plantain, or ripe sweet plantain, sweet plantain. We in Jamaica, we say ripe plantains. This is my signature way. This was a little original way. It doesn't matter. Everything I got belly. But it is more presentable. Tell me, what do you which one do you like? If you like ripe sweet plantains or whatever you call them. Thanks for watching.